number of marketing agencies is growing worldwide. How does your agency avoid burnout? How does your agency stand out? Well, one possible solution is that you find your agency niche. Hi folks, Ronald here from AgencyAnalytics. Today, we're going to talk about 6 ways to help you find your agency niche, as well as some useful resources that can help you along the way.
Man, it is a lot easier to sell when you pick a niche because you need to have like really tailored content and solutions for, you can't just throw out a guide. So we still have a guide called 3 Reasons Your Marketing Sucks. And I thought it was good, but it's too general. You don't know who you're speaking to. Whereas the ways to build authority for your law firm sent to a law firm audience works really well.
So how does your agency get to creating niche specific content just like Lane described? Here's what we learned from over 5,500 digital agencies. Number 1, identify your passions and interests. Gather your marketing team and start brainstorming. Ask yourself, what is my agency's strengths and weaknesses? What services does your agency enjoy providing? So think about this hard with your team. Given your strengths, what are some potential niches for your agency? Here's a tip for your brainstorming session. Focus on the potential solutions for your clients and not the internal roadblocks that you may have. Draw up a list of all your clients and projects and have a look at the campaigns that your team was more effective with and the associated revenue that you drew from it. Use that data in your decision-making process. Think about it this way. Find an intersection of what your team loves to do, what your agency is really good at doing, and what your agency is paid well to do. Let's dig into this a bit deeper. Now that you have a list of potential niche ideas, it's time to find out, is there a market for my niche? Now, how do we answer this? There's a few ways we can go about it. Seek out existing or potential customers in your potential niche and ask them the following questions. What problems do they need solved? What are their business goals and how can they use marketing to get there? Also, make sure to use online forums like Quora or Reddit. These are great resources where people tend to air out their issues or concerns and check out the solutions that are being offered over there. And finally, do some keyword research on your competitors' keywords and narrow it down by search volume, competition, and suggested bid. Now that you have an idea of your agency niche, it's time to learn from your competition. How big are they? What are their rates? Where are they located? How are their reviews? These questions allow you to highlight your agency's strengths against your competitors' weaknesses. Next, it's time to experiment. Start by promoting free resources related to your agency niche. This could be a free how-to guide for small businesses or a free site evaluation. Then, create an ideal customer profile, or ICP, and set up a survey to gather more intel. Also, do test projects with your team to evaluate how well they do within this niche. It's time to compare your potential niches with their profitability and whether this work will make your team happy. Ask yourself, is this niche a sustainable source of income? Does my marketing team enjoy this work? There's a balance to be found between what your agency is good at and what area can make a profit. Time to revisit your agency's ikigai once again. Last but not least, you're going to want to narrow down in the smartest possible way. Throughout this video, we've talked about narrowing down quite a bit. But what if you narrow down too much? When picking a niche for your agency, a rule of thumb is to use a level of sensitivity to new trends and movements within this chosen niche. For example, let's look at the health and wellness industry. Traditionally, clients in this vertical come from doctors and dental offices that are seeking online marketing, but the niche has evolved and grown around new trends like yoga studios. For example, the agency WSI Commandix specializes in health and wellness among other industries.
Health and wellness, like I said, it actually comes just out of our history and thankfully acquiring a lot of partnerships and clients in those areas and just having a strong list of case studies. And we know what we're talking about in those industries and we can perform on it. Focus is the key word. Focus is us as an agency and what we're focused on delivering, producing, predictable results, predictable sales in a sense of specialization, but also the focus of what you're doing, because otherwise you'll just burn out. There's too many subjects. There's too much subject matter, industry matter to try to be, you cannot be an expert of all. Where do you diversify? Where do you specialize? And where do you provide a unique selling proposition for your agency?
Some great insights from Mike there. And there you have it, folks. 6 things your agency should do in order to find its niche. There's a lot to unpack in this video, so have a look at our blog, which goes into how to find your agency niche, as well as some other useful resources that you might find interesting. Till next time.